All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of Beacon Pines. I really did not intend it to be almost a full week until we'd get a chance to jump into episode 2, but here we go. This is only the second time we've ever...
wave of the hand, he made his exit.
Okay, so this is picking up, I think, moments before we saved the last time, which is good. Yes, here we go.
As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luka looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end. That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
Okay, yeah, so I was thinking about how we might want to pursue this, and I think that for the most part we want to go back as little as possible, because what we'd want to do then is explore the smaller story branches and then go further back in time to explore more larger ones, I think, but we're going to find out. So here we do have a tickle option, which we did not have before, and I have not forgotten about the fact that there's... Oh no, maybe there's not. I thought there was a question mark under one of these, but you know what it was? There was a question mark next to shit, and I think that's because we hadn't, seen how far out the branch would go. Maybe that's what that means. All right, so let's go back one flower point to hazardous hectoring, and we're going to try tickle. Beck took a deep breath and thought, well, time to bust out the tickle. Oh, right. So that was suddenly loud. I wanted to at least briefly just discuss the fact that Luka here, I was talking and halfway joking when we did this in episode 1, splash the water on him, or the goo. The other thing that I forgot to mention is that I thought it would make flowers burst out of him. I thought he'd become a plant person. What we had done, what Beck had done moments before, was dip a dead branch into the goo and it flowered up, and then all the flowers went away after a few moments. So I didn't think it was going to be that severe. And hello to Caroluna and everybody raiding over. Caroluna, I was hanging out a bit in your Farming Sim stream. I saw some more logging and that was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for that stream. Hello and welcome to everybody. We have just started. All we've done so far is chosen that we're going to go back in time to this moment and maybe not splash the toxic waste on this child who admittedly is being a huge piece of crap, but also doesn't maybe deserve to be permanently disfigured for it.
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
I still don't have a voice for her, by the way. Hey Tish, want to see something cool? Yup. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What the? Tish, is she tickling you?
Yep. Yep.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
Yup.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had enough.
Hello.
Hey, what just happened?
She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us?
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
Yeah, I just remembered. You got somewhere to be.
Mm-hmm.
See you around, new kid.
Iggy, you have no idea how much better this went for you this time.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Whoa. What a little creep. I don't have a voice for him. Beck, I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Okay, but wash it off. Is it bad? It depends. What are your feelings about having a more mature, refined look? Oh, God.
Chapter 4.
Okay, I'm just saying that if what happens to Beck is that Beck gets a Heather Langenkamp streak in her hair, that's fine and actually super cool, but I just hope that there's no, like, she becomes Brainiac or something.
The best policy. Luka paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her. But finding Rollo was his primary concern.
Okay, now it's been almost a week, so, just not necessarily 100% sure. Wait, oh, okay. And then this is... No, we don't... Hold on, we don't want to do any decision points just now. Oops, hi. Luka, what the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with gray hair just run past us in a panic?
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? We were just helping look for Rollo. Luka, I need you to start telling me the truth.
Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling. But this was the most intense Luka had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luka.
We're running out of time. Can I just say that I empathize a lot with Roxy here? Like, she's in a... Her brother's missing. People are not... Well, I guess people are helping her look, but the one person that knows what happened or has a pretty good sense isn't talking.
In a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luka broke down.
Oh, thank God. Rollo and I weren't just playing in Weepwood yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse. But someone was there in a strange suit, and we hid in the dumpster and had a heavy bag dropped on us. And I think it was a body. And so we ran, but we got split up. And I ran home, and it's all my fault. And now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just... wow. Wait, Carolina saying I was afraid for a sec that one of my speakers died. Is the audio on the stream okay, Carolina? And also, I hope that your speakers are okay.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luka.
It's not your fault, Luka. Rollo's gonna be okay, I promise.
Roxy drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. I bet she can, too. Luka, go home. But I want to help. This is too dangerous for a kid. Also, what is she, like 16? Luka's like, what did we say, 12? Speakers and audio are okay. I'm glad for that, Carolina, both for the stream, but mostly for your equipment, because the stream we could fix, but it'd be a bummer if your equipment was having trouble. I can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luka.
You go back to that little treehouse you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rollo shows up. Sound like a plan?
Luka wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing in telling me the truth. Yeah, he finally did. Now scoot. Hold on. Maybe there's one more piece of information about that green puddle. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here, leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. You really don't want to put your paws into that. Hello to Chappers and Fun Bear. Weren't you streaming 12 hours ago? Pardon me. Sorry, that came up very, very suddenly. Fun Bear, I hope you've had a great Sunday. Yes, we did a quick stream this morning of Some Oxygen Not Included. Hello to Chappers. I hope you had a great Sunday since then. Carolyn is saying the speakers, I guess, go on standby when they don't get any signal, and sometimes they don't wake up. Power cycle usually helps, but apparently I had to power cycle a couple of times for some reason. All good now. Okay. I don't immediately remember. Chappers, I'm curious, and no spoilers, have you had any experience with Beacon Pines? It's been a week. I'm pretty sure there's like a mansion or something this way. Oh, I don't remember this kid's name, but he's the one who likes beetles. Oh, and we can't talk to him. Yeah, I don't expect to find anything over here, but let's just look. Anytime you're in a new story branch, it's not so much about finding things, but more finding people. Chappers has not played this. Yeah, so this has a, it deals with, it's
Mr.
more, oh,
Nuncree
hold on.
jumped with a start.
Oh, God.
Whoa, don't sneak up on an old fella like that.
Sorry. Who were you talking to?
What?
Luka motioned to the phone booth.
Oh, no. I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. But the dang thing never does, of course.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it, really.
The whole thing's a waste of money, if you ask me. Any word from Rollo yet?
Not yet.
Long time for a boy to lose his way.
Rollo knows those woods too well to get lost.
I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have the whole town worried sick.
Antics?
We all know Rollo likes to play his little pranks.
You think this is a prank?
What other possible explanation could there be?
He's not playing a prank, and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it.
How would you know that? Unless... Luka, is there something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncree gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luka's shoulder.
Dang it, boy. If there's something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks.
He's not wrong, I'm just not sure that I trust him.
Luka peered up at Mr. Nuncree. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luka could sense something eating away at him.
Oh, hold on. Before we read, Chappers was saying I don't play much, to be honest. Hard to get myself into a gaming mode these days. Hey, if there's other things that you enjoy as well, I'm a big fan. Like, I like gaming, but I know a lot of people who, you know, have enjoyed it at periods in time and wandered off and come back later on when there was something in particular that they wanted to play. I fully understand. So if there's something else that you're enjoying right now that's less about playing and, you know, watching streams, or even not even that, and just enjoying something else, as long as you find something that is fulfilling, that's the important thing. Well, I guess shame it is.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncree was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help.
Yesterday, Rollo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncree raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rollo when he went missing?
Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster.
The dumpster? What were you doing in there?
At first, we were just looking around. Then someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw of him.
You got scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you don't go skulking in someone's dumpster.
Mr. Nuncree with all of the just critical life lessons. Hello to Mia. Mia, very fun stream earlier today. Thank you so much for the Horizon Zero Dawn stream. Mia's been doing the DLC pack, so I've been trying to skip hearing too much about the story, but very much enjoying the gameplay. But it wasn't garbage. I think it was a body.
I'm sure it was just some trash.
No, there was a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncree's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luka. God knows I tried to keep you safe.
Luka attempted to take a step back, but Nuncree's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns just can't help yourselves, can you? We were all so close. So close to being done with
With
this.
a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luka into the phone booth.
What are you doing?
It's out of my hands now.
The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Shit.
As Luka pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet. The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luka winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance.
And hello to, Jab. Chappers is enjoying the voices. Thank you very much. Jab, I hope you've had a great weekend so far. Also, sorry, because I forgot to say this the other day. Jab, happy Veterans Day. Like, I don't remember if we communicated with you, like, right on the day or, like, around then, but I know I didn't wish you a happy Veterans Day before now. So, with apologies for it being late, happy Veterans Day. Seriously.
Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luka heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end.
Luka, if you would just stick with the story a little bit more, we would learn so much.
Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
Narrator, like, it's not the first time that it's gone awry, but we did learn something that Mr. Nuncreed is in on it, like, seriously in on it, like, is shipping people off to the Hague or whatever. So we need to bear that in mind. So yeah, that's why I only wanted to go back a little bit, and now we go back a little bit further. Jab was just stopping in to say hello. Well, Jab, if you have I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. And Chapter is saying the music in this game is quite anxiety-ridden. It didn't start off that way. Okay, so yeah, now we've only got one story branch left. Now we must struggle, apparently in the Warehouse of Horrors. I don't know. I don't remember what story beat this is going to be, but let's find out. It's going to be way back in the book, I think. This is a story about struggle.
This is a story about struggle. Luka could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile?
So I don't yet know at what point in the story this is. It might be when he was hiding in the dumpster?
He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luka swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luka was free and scrambled to the door.
Oh, maybe this was after he got dragged into the warehouse?
He never looked back once on the long run home.
Yeah, the reason I'm talking a little bit about this is that I just want to share with chat. If you're not sure where this happens in the story, I'm right there with you. That's all. Hello to Cloud, who says, on time, woo. His hands found a hard object. Fox and Cloud, I hope you've had a great Sunday so far.
Chapter 3. Everything's fine. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished jarring a mess of jam last night.
Uh-huh.
So that'll need to get delivered into town today.
Okay.
So, what did you and Rolo get up to yesterday?
Oh, Rolo had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town.
I've set the jam down by the front door. There's 2 batches to drop off.
Mm-hmm.
One for Mr. Tolliver at the Bag and Wag. Another for Mrs. Fratelli at the diner.
Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed. He said he wanted some more. Right, yeah, the other thing about Mr. Nuncreed is that he has super hots for, like, Grandma here. Oh, Fox McCloud is not feeling well, but I get to watch you, so it's better now. Fox McCloud, that's very flattering. I mostly hope that you feel better very soon.
I suspected as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. There are some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. I don't want to hang out with that guy anymore, though, Grandma. Just make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. No problem. Off with you now, while the day is still young. Okay, so do I have to pick up the jam, or is it just implied? Oh, you go. Get out of here. All right, and again, I don't think that there's... Hey, Grandma, can I just leave? Hold on. I want to know if I want to see if we get yelled at for leaving the faucet open. Sorry, the faucet on and the refrigerator open. Hello, it's Juniper Hartford. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. The simple matter is we both have the same problem that needs solving.
The person on the other phone is saying, I can't hear you over the tap. Can you turn it off?
Very well, we can meet tonight.
Oh, hold on, here's the jam. Hold on. Wait, oh, I wanted to see the, like, pick up and put down animation again.
Okay. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. But good news, no more boring chores from me today. Did you make it to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt.
Something happened. There was someone else there.
What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens.
No.
Zombies.
No.
Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be?
Rolo, I gotta deliver these into town first. Luka... Just the fact that this kid doesn't talk even to his friends when he gets, like, menaced by some mysterious figure in an opaque metal glass, glass mask. We can catch up after.
Ooh, is it a whole thing? It sounds like a whole thing.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight.
I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of.
Meet me at Mission Control.
Roger that, Space Cadet. Whoa.
Alright, so we know where the diner is. Who's the other person that we're delivering to? Not Mr. Nuncreed, he comes last. Mrs. Fratelli, she's at the diner, and Mr. Tolliver. I don't remember Mr. Tolliver immediately. Old Pickler's Pond.
You can tell those jerks it doesn't matter how many boxes they pile up. I ain't moving. Harumph.
Z.
Mr. Wilder, I trust you have time to chat.
Eris Valentine.
Oh, right.
Oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune. Had a way of making questions seem like demands.
Certainly. What seems to be the problem?
Mr. Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
Wait, I'm sorry, is Eris her first name? I just thought that was, like, the title to which everybody, like, ascribed her because she's the heiress to the fortune. Eris is actually her first name? Wow. Okay. I couldn't help but notice that the front page of this morning's paper was consumed with stories about this silly festival.
Well, yes. That is the news of the day.
But there was no mention of the museum, nor the foundation through which it was endowed.
I'm sorry, Miss Valentine. My readers are more so interested.
More so? Interested? Is that a phrase? If it was more interested in the town's future, but more so interested in the town's future,
Rather than any one family in particular.
There was a time, Mr. Wilder, when the goings-on of my family was the only thing this town cared about.
Well, things change, ma'am. And you know, change is a dangerous...
If you finish that thought, I will make that monocle a permanent fixture of your anatomy.
My apologies. Good day, Miss Valentine.
Did I give you the impression this conversation was finished?
Mr. Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle.
Mia's confirming, yeah, is more so interested. It sounds odd to me. Is that just an Americanism that I've never heard, or is that more common in Canada or Britain? Or I don't know where this game is made. It's a expression, like a phrasing that I'm not familiar with.
Well, good day, Mr. Wilder. Now I am marching off.
Okay, and I still don't know who Mr. Tolliver is. Right. You know what? This is a heavy box. Let's bring it to the diner first, because at least let's say hello to Dawn. Hey, Dawn. Dawn. Hey, Luka. What's up? They got you a jam delivery, eh? Yup. Have you seen the new kid around yet?
New kid?
Yeah, came in from the big city. Their parents both got jobs here. But get this, one of them is working for William Kerr in Perennial Harvest, and the other is working for Eris Valentine. And the Valentines represent Beacon Pines past. Perennial Harvest has positioned itself as this town's future. Must make for some interesting dinner table conversations. Yeah, I can imagine. Jappers is more so interested. See, more so, I feel like it's one word. I get it a little bit more. Also, Mia is saying, I think maybe it's a thing from the Young'uns. Also, fuck you, phone. Young'uns. All right, we've not actually been inside the diner. Oh, and this one, I think this is Mr. Tolliver, actually.
If I could just be left alone, young Mr. Van Horn.
Oh, sure. Sorry to bother you.
It's just that... Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Being mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. But the truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I don't really think I'm cut out for this sort of thing.
Cut out for being mayor or for public speaking?
Both, I suppose. I never really chose any of this. But it's more of a duty to my family, for our legacy.
That sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it'll be great. Oh, wait, that was not Mr. Tolliver. And I guess Carol Luna's enjoying both the voices and the accent. I don't. We haven't really heard very much from Miss. And no, I cannot do what is it, an Anne Bancroft. I would love to for was that her name? No, that's the wrong name. Anne Ramsey? Who was it in Goonies? Who was Mrs. Fratelli in Goonies? I can't even come close to that.
Sultry. The night was sultry.
Well, if it isn't my favorite little jam runner. Hey, Mrs. Fratelli. Look at you.
She leaned forward and pinched Luka's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your gran not feeding you? She is, it's just, I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help me out in the diner. See that picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute running around your little apron taking orders. The whole situation just breaks my heart, with what happened to Eleanor. Hey, guys, I think we actually made it, almost 30 minutes without somebody pointing out to Luka that his mom is missing. That's got to be a new record. What is break? The badge for break is that he wants to shatter the picture? I've got a feeling that she's out there somewhere, yearning to be with you again. probably suffering real hard wherever she is too. Anyway, a few things in this world can keep her mother from her son.
Shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh yes, let's see here.
Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
Ah, they even have my name on them. How thoughtful.
She carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
You tell your gran hello from me, Luka. Will do. Okay. By the way, do you know who Mr. Tolliver is? So we've not been in here. I just want to see if there's anything else to find or interact with, although it does feel like Luka's hands are full. I really like the soundtrack in this game. All right. Oh, I didn't even realize Dawn's newsstand is called Up at Dawn. I really like that. Okay. So, Mr. Tolliver. And here's the trouble, like, I guarantee you we met Mr. Tolliver last time. Well, I guess I could technically go and talk to Mr. Nuncrit. I really want to, like, give him his jam last. I don't like him anymore. Fox McCloud is saying, I wish we still had a diner like this around here. I feel old. We've got a couple in our area. No, that's not true. We've got way more than a couple. The trouble is some of the ones that I've been to, like, aren't necessarily, like, let's just say that table and silverware hygiene is not, like, the thing that they're going to advertise for fear of getting in trouble for, like, lack of truth in advertising. Hey, Kato. Good afternoon. No, what was he? He was Southern, right? Good afternoon. Whoa, hold on. I have always depended on the kindness of strangers. There we go. Can I help you find something? Maybe, maybe not. Try me. Well, there's been some weird stuff going on at the old Valentine warehouse. Can't say I know anything about the old warehouse, but empty hives don't stay empty for long. Huh?
Kato motioned to the book in front of him.
The more I read about bees, the more similarities I see with people. If a hive collapses and fails, it doesn't stay empty for long. A new queen will set up shop pretty quickly. So, you're saying it would make sense for someone new to start using the warehouse? Nature abhors a vacuum. Oh. Hey, Jace. Oh, hey, Luka. Have you seen this new issue of Hank Atomic? Not yet. No spoilers, please. It's awesome. It's a flashback. I literally just said no spoilers. No spoilers, please. Right, Luka. Oh, boy. Holy shit. Jace says, we get to see how mild-mannered Henry Adams becomes Hank Atomic, Spaceman of Justice. Jace, no spoilers! Oh, sorry. My point is, you're gonna love it. All right, Jace. See, catch you later. Roger that, Space Cadet. I think that Luka should, get the next 3 editions and just, like, describe them to Jace. I don't want to talk to him right now. I'd better not dilly-dally. I've got to get this jam delivered. Okay, so I'm just acknowledging that we could probably save a trip if we gave him his jam now, and this package is probably really heavy, but, like, he can wait, right? I don't remember what happens if we... Okay, so we know over... Oh, hi. Anger from the past, mistakes not yet made, and a glimmering hope for the future. He carried them all in equal parts everywhere he went. Oh, heavens, what a burden to bear. Okay. Mom doesn't want to say anything. Okay, and they don't have anything to say. And we can't go into this place, right? No. Okay. Oh, Samalander, thank you so much for the resubscription. Samalander, so, without, we want to sort of keep going, but I will say that Samalander showed off some anime, and I will say that the series that resonated, at least with me the most, was Spy Family, which is often stylized as, like, Spy X Family. I have to say that I enjoyed that the most of the ones that I've seen. How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice from? I don't know, somewhere cold? How do they keep somewhere cold? Look, Bert, do you want some ice cream or not? No, I'm good. Okay. Is this Mr. Tolliver?
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello? Ugh.
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Wait, Carolina forgot something. His main phone has received the Android 13 update. Do I dare install it? And then he forgot something. He says, God damn it, I forgot that, but I don't know what it was. Oh, sorry. Oh, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me.
Yeah, Gran had some jam I'm supposed to give
He
you?
leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, these ones on top. She wrote your name on them.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes! The jam! Thank you so much for delivering this jam to
He
me.
reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luka a little wink.
I shall put it on my store shelves post haste.
Okay, I should finish my deliveries.
Of course. Of
He
course.
leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course.
Okay. Definitely just a regular interaction like normal people have. I just remembered there was this one day. So I'm just gonna very quickly. So the next story I'm going to tell, it was very stupid. Like, I was much younger. I was very dumb. I would not recommend doing this to somebody or anybody because as a general rule, you don't want to like interrupt somebody's day and like make them feel like weird or called out. So I can only say that I was like a teenager when this happened. I was going into a store, or I think I was just walking along. I don't even think I was going into the store. And a woman came out of the store with her husband, I believe, and she looked exactly like Maureen McCormick. Marsha Brady from the original Brady Bunch, like, looked exactly like her as an adult. Like, have you ever seen Maureen McCormick, like, as an adult? That she looked exactly like that. And for no goddamn reason at all, I knew it wasn't Maureen McCormick, but I just said, oh my God, you're Maureen McCormick. I grew up watching the Brady Bunch. I love that show so much. And she was like, I don't know if he can't possibly have been the first time that she ever heard this, but like was just like, I'm sorry. And I was like, oh, right. Like, and I sort of like winked and like did the thing where like you put your finger next to your nose. Right. I didn't want to bother you, but yeah, huge fan. And then I just turned and left. That was it. And I don't know what suddenly made me think of that, except for Mr. Tolliver's just like aggressive winking. Don't do that, but I needed to explain, I think, why I started laughing just out of the blue. I don't know why I did that, but yeah. This is new.
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one Shopper Valentine. Young Shopper's keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here in Beacon Pines. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck, a scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Shopper away from us far too soon. To this day, we struggle to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines. The spirit of Shopper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Capital Reverence Fund.
That was unhelpful. I think one of the things that, like, stands out in my memory about this is that, like, whether it was her husband, her boyfriend, just like a friend of hers, like, he was very amused by the entire interaction. And I think that she was just, like, a little bit confused as to why this complete stranger was addressing her as though she had been on the Brady Bunch. So, wait, oh, right. Now we gotta go give the jam to Groper McClure over here. So Samlander's noting that Mia has a code for 1 free month of Crunchyroll Premium, which would be access to their full catalog, and she'll be giving that away at the end of November. Samlander, I don't think that I knew that. That'll be pretty cool. Got some jam for you, Mr. Nuncreed.
Luka, you seem chipper.
Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luka for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is.
So, do you want your jam?
Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops these off herself.
I guess she's busy today. Anyway, this is my last delivery for the day. Yeah, this is why I want to do it last.
Oh, in that case...
Nuncreed snatched the basket from Luka.
Gimme. I'll hold on to the basket until the next time I see your gran.
Oh, great. Now we don't get our basket back. And, like, we've now, like, generated a social debt that Gran has to go get it off this, like, weird groper again. Hey, you. Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple? Why? How old are you? 12? Perfect. Follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up, okay? So, this is in a timeline where he hasn't yet, like, talked with Beck at all? Oh, hello to Mr. Haseo. Haseo, I hope that you're having a great weekend so far. I hope the family's doing well as well. Like, I always, like, say to you, like, I hope that you're doing well, but same goes for, like, Mrs. Haseo as well. I hope that you're having a great weekend. Wait, what just happened? Welp? That's like a Samalanderism. Welp? Hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. I still don't have a Velma voice. Jinkies. Yep, we just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this. His favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pineapple. Oh no, he's not going to get a... Luka is not invited over to Mia's house for pizza. Oh, and what is your new little friend's name?
Beck locked eyes with Luka. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luka Van Horn. It's nice to meet you. I'm Nellie, and this is Ilona. We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luka a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. See, that's a bold thing to say. What if they're lying to you, Luka? I mean, that'd be a weird thing to do to a 12-year-old that they're just meeting, but, oh, just, like, you don't have to... Also, like, assuming that Luka's also 12, do kids often, like, brag a lot about their parents? Oh, wait until you meet my parents. They like to wear turtlenecks. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So you can both stop obsessing about me making friends. Oh, darling, we never doubted you. It's just that for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. So she's just straight up Velma. Like, I'm just saying that she's Velma. It's not just the big, weird, puffy sweater, but the glasses and the whole deal. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nellie means is that we just want this move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for a celebration. Luka, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Also, you guys might be interested to know that my best friend is missing. Wow, like another coincidence. I actually already asked him, and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get in too much trouble now. I don't have voices for the parents. Sorry, I just saw Fox McCloud say Nunkree's going to sniff that basket. And Haseo was saying that he's good, everybody's good. That's awesome. I hope you've had a great weekend all around. Why does he like good pizza or something? I will say that I think I've thrown my particular hat into this ring. Although pineapple pizza is not like what I typically order for myself, I've had it, and it is much better than I would have expected it to be. It's one of those things where like whoever thought to put pineapple on a pizza, but I'm glad that somebody did because I think it's pretty good. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome? I owe you one. My moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. Our house is the little cottage next to that big mansion place. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by their big creepy gate. Don't be late. Or I'm back to square one on this whole friend grift. Great. See you there. Meet back at the big creepy gate. So I guess, like, as far as I know, there's nothing else for us to do. Like, we've gone around and we've talked to the people that we could talk to. Oh, except for this guy. Good morning, Jeff.
What's so good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me.
Come on now, it's not all bad. The festival is coming up, and also you've got the really, like, swank hat.
The festival? Old Man Valentine used to put on cockamamie shindigs all the time. And where did that get us?
Well, it's Perennial Harvest putting on this one, and they're doing it for the whole town.
As far as I see it, the difference between the old Valentine Company and the new Perennial Harvest
Jeff
outfit
dug through his pockets for a bit.
is the difference between this soup can, empty soup can, and this brown banana, which they might put on a pizza over in Finland.
But both of those are garbage.
Exactly. You caught my point, kid.
We've already been in the library in this timeline. Right. Big creepy gate. So, who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. I can't believe Eris is their first name. And Solomon moved in a few years back. Oh, no, we know Solomon, right? Is that the little kid? That creepy little kid with the vest? That sounds like the one. So, just 3 people live in that huge thing? I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring? Pretty much. What a waste. My mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the foul harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this foul harvest thing, and you all use that same ominous tone. Eventually, you're going to have to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Oh boy. Beck, you think that people talk about the foul harvest a lot. Just wait until you hear about Luka's mom. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luka? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, nod. Fun. Great. Whatever you do, don't bring up their work. 100%. I'm just letting you know they ride around in a van solving mysteries. I think I can handle
Beck
that.
took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Like the fact that the other one, the non-Velma, isn't styled like Daphne is like the most surprising thing. I wonder if there was a version of that character with red hair, is all I'm saying. Here goes nothing.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills.
I love that it's like a completely different chapter 4. I think we started this episode in chapter 4 and now we're on to a completely different thing. Because Kara Luna's saying, I love it when games have multiple timelines. Same. I didn't know that was going to be a thing in here. And yeah, just trying to keep track in my mind of like what we have and haven't done in this particular continuity.
Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luka finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
Okay, so we have to find something that we can do to like this is going to be a whole conversation. So so Luka, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma over on the other side of the river. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Oh boy. Wait until I tell you. Beck, manners. It's all right. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Like, missing?
Luka's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luka, how did you like the pizza? At first I was going to be like, but like, respect to Nellie for like, okay, this is not a topic that maybe we need to have a lot of chat about. Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally, we'd have put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck had mentioned that it's your favorite. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he just said his mom was missing? Beck! I'm sorry, Luka, this move has us all a little tired.
Luka wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So, Beck said that you moved here for work?
Beck gave Luka a swift kick under the table.
Ow! I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her their newest lead researcher of deep engineering. Oh no! Wait, at what point in the timeline this is... I legitimately don't remember if this is the same timeline where a body got thrown in the dumpster that said deep engineering. Kierlin is saying that he's seen 13 Sentinels played. That's enough in 97% of cases. Also, from what I see, it doesn't exist on a proper platform, so I never will. Yeah, as Sam Later says, deep engineering, and then Fox McCloud is saying a rat chemist. Skaven, is she a rat? I sort of thought that she was like a... She's not a raccoon because the coloring isn't right, but the ears, I don't know. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy I get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground.
Luka glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luka, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yes, and some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. You swore you
Beck
didn't—
slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luka, how about some dessert? Actually, I have to meet my friend Rollo soon.
Luka glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around here.
Luka wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It really was good. See you at the festival, Beck. I hope you enjoy the family strife that I've sown. Bye. Wait up. I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luka turned around. He knew Rollo could be prickly around new people, but Beck seemed cool. Rollo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Okay, Luka began to respond, but the sky answered for him as clouds above began to... So we've got rumble or break. Well, the little symbol was a lightning bolt, so... I don't know why I'm having trouble with this. Let's go with rumble.
Luka began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure we can make it home before this storm kicks off?
Luka surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for
At
it.
that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch cold. Luka, Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. No, we will poke.
Luka squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum. Gum?
Luka adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increased amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luka wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little, but weird can be cool. Oh, wow. Rollo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Well, probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luka flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city, but around here it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks. Okay, well, I don't want to leave. Can we talk to... Oh.
Luka bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime. He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Condors.
Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So, you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luka, can I ask you something? Of course. Wow. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest, that hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Beck is a cool name for a cat, also. So if I'm going to say Ilona is an albino ferret and Nellie is a gerbil. Okay, gerbil I can see. Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when other people are around? Well, Rollo can be absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luka took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet, but one thing my dad told me when I was little, don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be all right. That things are gonna change.
Luka let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
You're just gonna have to imagine what that sounds like. Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town! Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks! I hate it! I hate that I hate it! Why can't I just deal with it and be happy with my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Bruh!
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow, I actually feel a little
As
better.
abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks, I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rollo at the festival? Sounds good. Luka, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luka a light thump on the arm before heading in. Chapter 5. Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue. The smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luka felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luka told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
I think Mia agrees with that. Everything's better in threes. Okay, we're gonna head to the treehouse. Now, again, like, hold on, I don't want to change anything, but... Yeah, I legit don't know if this is the timeline where Rollo went with us to the warehouse or not. Also, Fox McCloud was going off the ears. Hold on, it's Dawn. Hey, Dawn, tracking down a lead? You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance, there were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as her ward, a kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo! So Eris was forced to take care of him? Yup, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all of this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luka. It's like a kind of a weird thing to just be lurking around outside. I mean, I imagine that Dawn gets her best work done at night, but... if I didn't say it aloud now, I don't remember if I did. Fox McCloud was saying that he's going off the ears for, like, the different animal types. I'd better not dilly-dally. I'd better go to the treehouse. Alright. Okay, we cannot investigate the mysterious telephone booth, because Luka doesn't know that there's anything weird about it. Library's closed. I just want to see if the alligator lady has anything to say. He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens! This is no time for fractured friendships. Oh, wait, this is not their way. I mean, I can still look to see if we can go in there. No, we can't. We just get a click and no other activity. You know some... Oh, what? This jackal person. Excuse me, what are you doing? I was just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We are all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir, very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No? That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm, so we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good. Then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work until the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Okay, hold on. It occurred to me that because it's nighttime and, like, the setting has changed, let me just look up here. Okay, no. He doesn't want to go up there. I think we're just going to get a dilly-dally if we go over here. Yeah, okay. Steam achievement for dalliances. Do I have any new... I know that I got some new badges, so let's see if we can dilly-dally in our memories. Pungent.
Luka wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
Give it a good cast now.
Pocket watch? Looks like it. Property of Sharper Valentine.
Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town.
Should we give it back to him?
He might not even want it back. That man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up.
Okay, and then we cannot interact with it. That was all of my badges, and I remember from last time that if we interact with it to double check, then we'll wind up having to, like, cast again. Foxy Cloud is saying, I'm starting to think there's no fish in there. Yeah, almost as though they've been, like, super poisoned. Rolo, are you still up there?
I'm sorry. Rolo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never.
Luka had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset.
Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason?
I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rolo scoffed.
The rain held me up.
Liar. You weren't even home.
What?
The storm got bad and I got very worried. So I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't even there.
I hadn't made it back yet.
I'm not a fool, Luka. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam.
No, that storm rolled in out of nowhere. And I got stuck after dinner at Beck's house.
Luka stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck! Dinner! What the heck is a Beck?
She's a new kid in town. She's actually kinda cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends.
New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends?
It's not like that, Rolo.
You know, while I was waiting I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise, but you took so long, the storm knocked it all down.
Well, Rolo, then what kind of quality was it then, buddy? Hello to Jody K, who watches 30 seconds of Shaq Papa John's commercial, and a kitty tiger. Fox McCloud says, yeah, I'd adopt all these kids. It's a very cool cast for sure.
Just like you knocked down our friendship.
What does that even mean?
Luka became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me.
Of course I care, you ass.
I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you, but I kept my word. 'Cause that's what friends do.
Oh, wow. What a noble sacrifice you made.
Easy for you to say. Your grand doesn't even care. Wow, Jesus. You can stay out as long as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble.
Seriously? You're acting like I chose this. If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rolo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storm brings more than water. This one brought out the real Luka.
Stop quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything.
Yeah, well, at least my...
Holy shit, Rolo.
At least my Pa is still
The
around.
words hung in the cold night air.
His father died.
Rolo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was too late.
Luka,
Good night, Rolo.
Dang it. I can't believe exploiting my best friend's trauma for my own personal benefit in this immediate conversation didn't work out the way I wanted.
Oh, straight home, huh? So, Gran is not in bed. I'm not sure that she sleeps in the house. This seems to... Yep.
Luka dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Jody K is saying like a toxic friendship. Yeah, they're... Rolo, what a jerk. Call me a bad friend. Ooh, I'm Rolo. Look at me and my amazing family. I don't want to go to bed. I want to kick the ball. Can we kick it down the stairs? No, it doesn't look like it. Blam! The ball physics in this game are more consistent and reliable than the explosion physics in Pixplode, which is the game that Mia just played. Okay. I guess I'm just never supposed to make any new friends. Now I shall weep with my weep badge. Luka?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luka, are you all right?
I'm fine. I just don't feel like getting up yet.
Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've got to run out and take care of some things.
Okay.
I'll be back later to check in.
Sure.
Luka just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
I'm gonna kick my ball. I bet Rolo's still gonna go to the festival. Humph. He's gonna be miserable. Ugh. Oh, is that all the dialogue we get? Seems that way. So what if you get back into bed? Can you get like a lazy badge?
Luka dozed off again.
Luka, I see you didn't eat your oatmeal.
I wasn't hungry.
Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too.
Thanks.
Rolo came by.
What did he say?
He wanted to talk to you.
What did you say?
I told him you weren't feeling well.
Good.
So, is your plan just to sit in your room all day?
Pretty much.
Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good.
Noted.
Luka still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rolo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
Honestly, Rolo was like savage, like in that conversation. Jody K was reading, saying that she should make some oatmeal sometime, not the instant stuff, and then read that as "I need to poop," which now I don't remember which line of dialogue that was. Oh, we can. Okay, no, we can kick it. There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway. Oh, hold on. There's like a soccer. Oh, I wonder at what point I could have done that.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first volume.
Luka carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rolo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rolo cherished it, but asked that Luka keep it at his house. Luka wasn't sure if it was because Rolo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luka's more often. Whatever the reason, Luka didn't mind. But it had stayed right there where Rolo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luka lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
I'm going to assume this is grandmother.
Luka, another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Modwill. She said you met yesterday.
What did she say? Is she here?
She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking any visitors today.
Oh.
She seems nice.
Yeah.
You had a fight with Rolo, didn't you? ... May I come in?
Maybe later.
All right then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table, in case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luka had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all, and allowed his weary eyes to close.
Okay, it was instead of apparently Jody K read the line "I need to pop in" as "I need to poop."
Luka stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source. Luka's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luka held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. See? Luka peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luka could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luka leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luka's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luka's own face looked back at him, older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face, and all it got me was this. Luka staggered back. You aren't me. Luka felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luka watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Well, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luka watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luka felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luka woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? Luka has some intense dreams, jeez.
No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luka rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his Gran came into focus.
How are you feeling?
Fine.
Anything you want to talk about?
I don't feel like talking.
That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo fought about doesn't matter.
But he...
Gran silenced Luka with a gentle pat on the leg.
So we don't know if this is Rollo's maternal or paternal grandmother, but either way, like, some really cruel things have been said to Luka about his missing/dead parents.
Fights happen between friends. Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is, it's not the last thing you'll ever say to each other.
But he said stuff about Dad.
Well, do you think he meant it?
No. He was just mad.
Mm-hmm. And did you mean any of the things that you said to him?
No.
Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Here's your acceptance badge. You complete that part of the Boy Scout training now. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you?
I guess not.
Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rollo, doesn't it?
Luka gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize.
But he's the one that...
What did I just say?
Buy him a corn dog.
That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs.
Hard agree with Gran here. I don't think that I've had a corn dog in 20 years, but I assume that the last 20 years would have been better overall if I'd had one.
I need to get going now. Got some last-minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch.
All right.
I love you, Luka.
Love you too.
Luka took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luka's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luka emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
All right. So it's a new day. Let's look all around, including through the dandelions, because I really like popping all of their seeds. Okay, we cannot talk to Dad, or Dad's tombstone. No, okay. There you are. Luka, Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If you be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't... Look, it's a riddle, Luka. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luka looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know the two of you had a fight. Yeah, can I just say Roxy's... Like, remember that... Again, I don't remember what timeline it was, but Luka straight up, like, ran up and, like, kicked her in the kneecap or something. And here she is, like, all is forgiven. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, just squash it. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go back to the festival with my friends. Okay, well, I mean, everywhere in Beacon Pines is quiet, unless it's the tombstone, which we just checked. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it might be. So I know that we just went there, but... If I was Rollo and I wanted to apologize to Luka for what I said about his dad, I might be unwise enough to want to do it at the site that he's buried, and he's not there. Fox McCloud goes, not another fucking puzzle. Okay. Unique, New York. Unique New York. Oh, it's like one of those tongue twister, like, what's the phrase I'm thinking of? Where, like, it's, to warm up your diction when you're gonna give, like a speech. Unique New York, unique New York. And that's why it is. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
Mystiker pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up the old gab box. You nervous? Oh, heavens no. Well, break a leg. I didn't see what he said. Nope, I wanted to talk to the kid. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as an XUV. VA. And it's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. Oh, I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. So, this is not the first time that kid has been like, hey, you know what we don't have around here? Insects. kind of seems like a problem for an environment. Okay, I don't know if we can talk to this clipboard. Doesn't seem like we can get back there.
Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech and the Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. Don't want to miss it. I don't know who the Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival.
Totally.
The town's still falling apart, and the weather's still cruddy, and this season's harvest looks like it's going to be worse than last year's.
You said it.
No amount of corporate pandering is going to change any of that.
Exactly. But the lemonade at that drink stand there does look pretty tasty.
Fitz.
I'm still gonna be mad at them, but I'd rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade, that's all. Well, hold on. I guess we'll go talk to this puppy.
Hey, did you hear?
After Mr. Kerr gives this big speech, they're gonna have the first annual biggest catch competition. As long as a boot qualifies as a catch, I'm a shoo-in. Good luck. Shoo-in, did you get it? Did you understand my joke? Wait, Luka, where you going?
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey, Jeff, everything all right?
Huh? Oh, yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know?
I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luka with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't you?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Oh, I might have cut that short. I didn't really mean to.
Yeah, every single time. Yep. Wait for it.
Unexplained sound once again noted. Scribble, scribble.
Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Ha ha.
All right. Let's even go further into town. I would assume Rolo is at the treehouse.
A most welcoming of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We always strive to improve.
Nope.
This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the fowl harvest.
I've had my doubts about the perennial harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. Alligator lady. Nope, she's still nose deep in her book, but doesn't have anything to say about it. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying.
I wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about.
But I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books.
Luka, backpacks can carry a lot more than just books.
True, true. So what you got in there? Books.
I was able to return the perennial harvest safety suit you borrowed. I don't think anyone noticed.
Good.
Now will you tell me what you needed it for?
It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy.
This isn't gonna harm Mr. Kerr, is it?
All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. Carolina has designated this a festival. Oh, here's Dawn.
Hey, I got a question for you. What do you think this whole festival is for?
The way I figure it, Perennial Harvest is trying to win over the whole town. Like a bribe, but with balloons.
Cynical. I like where your head is at. That's what I assumed at first too, until I eavesdropped on a couple gossipy clipboards. What if I told you this whole thing is really a special shindig for a super secret guest of honor?
A special guest? Who?
I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever it is, PH thinks they're a big deal.
That's my slick nickname for Perennial Harvest. Oh, the diner's closed. Yeah, Fox, I like her sign as well. Okay, let's look upstairs, because here's the thing, like, the first time that we don't look at this little, like, dining area, there's gonna be, like, the coolest little Easter egg here. Hiya, Luka. How's Griffin doing? Wait, pop quiz. Who's Griffin? I have absolutely no idea. What? Oh, nothing.
Zariel became flesh.
Hey, just pretend I didn't say anything. How's Griffin? Have we been introduced to Griffin? I don't recognize Griffin by name. Luka, did you know that Beacon Pines is actually unincorporated? A lot of people don't know that. Wow, yeah, I didn't know. What's that mean? It means most public works are handled internally. We do all the pipelines, the water treatment, building regulations. Uh-huh, that's great. Census taking, emergency services, fried shrimp, shrimp with gumbo. Hey, Luka. So you're done at the library? Huh? Oh, nothing.
Griffin looked away suspiciously.
Okay, so that's Griffin. Nothing at all. Do we think that we have a different film strip at the History Museum?
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town.
It seems like the same
What
one.
you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one shop.
Okay. You can't always, like, skip dialogue. I'm glad that we were able to bounce out of that, because that looked like just what we had watched before. Okay, we don't have a separate conversation with Eris. Oh, the library's gonna be the place that's quiet. The library, someplace quiet. So, but just, I want to see what else there might be to, like, people to talk to and stuff. Okay, we can't go into the Weeping Woods. Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old. I feel like I'm going to forget to say at the end of this game, like, how good the musical tracks are, but they are very, very good. Like, this particular track doesn't necessarily say, I'm at a harvest festival. What it does say to me, like, the tone of it is, it's a really nice day, but also I'm going someplace with a purpose. Let's go to the treehouse, if I can. We already talked to the dog who's by the lake. Yeah, but we didn't go north of here. All right, can I go into the treehouse? I can. Okay, we still got our chill out point. Oh boy, this beanbag smells like mold. And then out here. All right. Well, it's been a few days since we've seen Marquardt. I hope that he's enjoying the close of his vacation. I'm pretty sure that this would have been the end of his 2 weeks of vacation. I think at one time in the last several years, I've had like, 8, 9, maybe 10 days of vacation. I've never had like the full 2 weeks. I really hope he got a chance to like rest and relax. All right, well, he's got the bubble over his head, so we're gonna go talk to spoiler dude here. Hey, Jace. Still working through the newest Hang Atomic? You know it. Some fascinating canon towards the end. Did you know Hang Atomic Shrinko Ray doesn't technically shrink stuff? It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else? Bingo. That's wild. But Jace, no spoilers, please. Oh, right, sorry. Oh, God, Marquardt is here. Been looking for a few minutes. The vacation was nice, and I'm lamenting going back. I know exactly that feeling, Marquardt. Yeah, I was hoping that you were just completely blissed out here at the end of the vacation. But I hope you had a great weekend here. Is it tomorrow is your first day back? Hi, Luka.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo in deciphering the first riddle. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rollo does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Ahem. On planet Farpole, you may take issue with the fifth. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luka eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. All right, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. Okay, I have absolutely no memory of, like, Planet Farpole or whatever. We're gonna look around the books here.
Luka grabbed the 5 pillars of success from the shelf.
Okay, well, it's not gonna be that one. Grab a different one, yeah.
Luka grabbed The Issue with Self-Help, a helpful guide, from the shelf.
No.
Luka grabbed 500 meals for one big pot from the shelf.
No. I think it's actually upstairs. Wasn't the upstairs where, like, the fiction books were?
Luka grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4, from the shelf.
I bet that's it. Let's see, what do we have here? The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4. Nope, I'm afraid that's not the correct book. I don't want to hit, though, Kato. The words I emphasize are important. On Planet Farpole, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue. Fifth issue. Jeez, Kato.
Luka grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5, from the shelf.
Yeah, we were one issue off. Congratulations. Thanks, Luka. Spoilery. Ah, you found
Kato
it.
removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luka's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5. Luka clicked his tongue with recognition.
Rollo's cipher pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that, and only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rollo. Now, let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a
He
grift.
continued flipping.
Only found in grub cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in grub cart. Griffin. Griffin's grub cart. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. When did Rulo? He had a full day. Actually, now that I think about it, it was like they just fought last night, but I forgot. No, they had a whole fight overnight, and they had a fight, but then Luka spent an entire day sulking in his room. Fox Cloud is wait, first riddle? No, I'm going to the festival. That would be the concern. I don't know where the grub cart is. Oh, wait, I do know. We talked with Griffin earlier. He's the lizard, like the gecko guy. This is not a gecko. I have no idea what type of person this is. Marquardt is saying tomorrow is the first day back. Happily, I'm working from home for at least a few more months, which will make the morning a little bit easier. Yeah, this is going to be an unusual week for me in terms of like commute time because my car is in the shop for a couple days, so we'll have to see. Hey, Griffin, did Rollo come?
Before Luka could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it?
Bought and paid for. Enjoy.
I thought there was supposed to be a riddle or
Luka
something.
shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Instead of it's going to be a corn message. Like, instead of the hot dog part, it's going to be like a rolled up parchment. Ugh, it's cold.
Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Rolo wanted to be sure to give you that one specifically.
Well, that's
Luka
just...
tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth.
This seems incredibly gross.
He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come on!
He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep near the fountain up the
Luka
step.
finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
This is getting to be a whole thing.
Not another fucking scavenger hunt.
Well, this is the fountain, though. Okay. No, that's the wrong button. A pickup when you need some pep near the fountain up the step. A pickup? Oh, at the coffee shop. Except I can't go there either. Okay, let me go up to the, like, upstairs dining area. There you are, Luka.
There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade.
Come on, you big stiff. Let kids have some fun.
Fine. But Rolo owes me one.
He waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings, your final task of friendship brings.
See, that wasn't so hard. So, hard in this case is like when you tighten up your bicep muscle to show how strong you are. That's what it means when someone is getting hard.
Ugh, I feel somehow cheapened.
I think it's sweet. Okay, what takes flight but has no wings? I honestly don't know in this universe. Good luck, Luka. Takes flight but... Oh, balloons. Fox McCloud's going, soft food crunches. Oh, wait. Fox McCloud, that is a super cool emote for this right here. Hey.
Hey, did you find the comic book?
Yep.
And you got the corn dog?
Yeah.
Well then, I don't know.
I know it doesn't make up for what I said. You know, giving you that cold corn dog was like a piece of paper in it.
But here, you earn this.
Rolo sheepishly handed Luka the balloons.
We have so many badges now, you guys. Thanks. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad.
Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first.
Oh, sorry.
Now you've apologized twice before me.
Just let me do this.
Luka, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened with your mom and all, I always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kinda freaked out.
Rolo.
Still my turn! I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant I wasn't good enough. That was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm sorry, Luka. Okay, apology over. And also my accent keeps changing. You can talk now.
Luka threw himself at Rolo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Rolo, I don't deserve you.
I don't deserve you neither. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try to find some info about your mom.
Snoop where?
Yeah, we could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Aren't you curious about the stuff all those clipboards write down?
What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us.
Really?
Yeah, the rest of the world can wait one more day. You know, I have been wanting to get some work done on the MCDC at Mission Control. The aim is a little bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. Also, I'm pretty sure in another timeline, your weapon sucked.
Alright, let's head up to the treehouse.
Hey, yo, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rolo handed Luka an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now.
A letter?
Luka, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
Funny story, I wrote my producer that exact same letter, like, on our honeymoon. Holy shit, Gran.
Luka folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
Hey, what's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about?
Maybe later.
Sure, whenever you want.
You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize. Luka, it's cool. Like... Okay. It's just that Rolo put a lot of effort into it, and it just feels like calling a lot of extra attention to how it wasn't necessary. That's... It feels like it diminishes all the effort that he put into it, is all.
I know, but we'd been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me.
Rolo.
Luka was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
The festival seemed nice. Was it nice?
We can still go.
Nah, this is fine.
Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Huh? What was that?
Oh man, we missed the
It
fireworks?
was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself. A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time. The end.
Christ. Let's see what happens when I press A. Like obviously we're gonna go back in time. I adore the fact that in this story, there's other characters with agency within it who are clearly executing on like their own goals. So we have absolutely no idea. Like, I mean, we can surmise a few things that this has something to do with whatever Gran is up to, but like, this is... What I like about a story that's going this way is that things are happening that are not dependent on my decisions as the player or Luka as the protagonist. You know, when Luka, as the protagonist, isn't there to do certain things at certain times. The story is continuing without him, apparently with catastrophic results. That's cool. Like, yeah, Fox and Cub laughed a little bit too hard at that.
No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't.
Okay, let me see. From 7:52, which is 2 minutes ago. Yeah, see, the thing is, like, this is actually like the perfect place to end. We've gone for almost 2 hours, which is a short stream by our typical standards, but the right length of stream for the time that we have here. This is now, if I remember correctly, if we hit exit, it actually like exits completely out of the game. So instead, what we'll do is we're going to go find somebody fun to raid. You guys, this was very, very fun. I don't think that we'll play it again tomorrow, but I would very much like it to not be a full week until we get a chance to play again. So if I was to guess, maybe Tuesday afternoon? It's a little bit hard to say. Tomorrow, it'll either be this or another episode of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but with a game that is this story focused, I don't want there to be a long time between episodes. I will say that if you missed parts of this episode or missed the next episode, this series, as with all of them, will be up as a series of VODs on our channel afterwards. So if you missed part of the story, you want to catch up, we'll endeavor to make that as easy as possible. Let's go find somebody fun to raid. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.